Support RMCC and offer a helping hand to a child in your community.
I guess one of the things about this sport, and like any other sport, is that there is always unpredictability. If you look back to 1995, you get injured. There's a big question mark before the world question mark. You're in the best shape of, and then suddenly the wheels come off in the short program. Tell us about Edmonton. And as you look back a few months away from it now, give us your perspective.
Well, you always look back on a situation like that, and you know, it's not what you asked from God, and you say, well, why did it happen to me? And you try to get rid of those questions, and you look back, and you know, it always happens for a reason. And one thing on reflecting back, that now I've got a lot more hunger back. Winning a world title, always being the underdog, you're always the hunter. And you're always striving for that #1 spot. You get there, and the injury helped me that year, in a way, to be the hunter, still hunt that performance and stay on top of my game even with an injury. Then as I'm going into it, I felt more the hunted. And it changes perspective a little bit. And at Worlds, I did feel some pressure. In the short program, it was a mistake. I don't think was from pressure. I just didn't feel comfortable. It was something that had to happen.
Oh my goodness!
The short program, that whole 24-hour period, was a huge learning experience again. And no matter what happens, regardless if you look at it as a positive or negative, it's always a learning experience, and even more so when it's negative.
What did that feel like in the long program when you went to do your first jump? Was there doubt that had crept in from the time before?
Getting the feel, once I got the feeling on the ice, my feet under me, I felt the confidence come back. I could feel it. Like, was this meant to be? Why? You know, you still ask the question, why is this happening? And you try to block that out. By the time I'm out for the long program, I was already in the mode of, I got to get back on. I got to get back up there. I got to do a performance and finish the performance and get that under my belt.
What does this skate mean to him now? This is a guy who has been the world champion the past 2 years. He's now in 7th. Maybe some people would be tempted to give it up.
He can't because of this audience. This audience is going to make him rise to the occasion. Now, it's been so long since we have seen Elvis competing in a non-pressure situation, so it'll be really interesting to see how he handles it. On the warm-up, he was so loose, I just couldn't believe it. But the skate, he needs to focus.
I always believe you're as good as your last performance. And it bothers me that the last thing I can remember, the last point in time that I skated, I made a big mistake. I had fallen in the short program, and having that pressure on myself and being a perfectionist, it really bothered me. And that is the inspiration that took me into the long program, where I have to have a good performance under my belt, and I want to do the best under these circumstances, no matter if it's in Canada or anywhere else. I got to do this right now. I don't have a choice.
Isn't that what really being a champion is all about, though, when you think about it? You didn't take a medal away from Edmonton, but it's such a lesson for all of us to learn about being a winner, being a champion in any dimension.
I know that people asked me, they said, well, you know, you didn't make the podium. And I said, you know what? Being in 7th place, I'm glad I didn't make the podium. I have 2 gold, I have a silver, and I have a bronze. I think that my performance, if I had gotten a bronze medal, would have taken away the effect of what I put into it, what I had to put into that performance and then get a medal. I think it would have taken it away. Elvis came back and won a bronze. But sometimes they don't remember the performance or what it took in order to get there. And I think that is what lives on. When people come up to me and talk about it, they remember the performance instead of just the medal. And I want to get to that point in my career where they will remember the performance and I have them both together. And being the hunter, I'm always hunting that performance. 18 months is the most I'm going to put into my skating, and I thank Edmonton, I thank that situation, I thank the fall, I thank the messing up for how I feel now, where I am now, the confidence I have now, and my determination and will that has come back to me and really made everything clear.
The best part of our career has sometimes been the losses, because we've learned so much from them. I think you learn more from